Hi, it's Rugu here, and welcome to the 17th episode of the Rugu's Corner podcast. And guess what? In today's episode, we are going to talk all about the Nintendo Switch 2, about the Direct, about the $80 Mario Kart World, about Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, all of that stuff. So, without further ado, let's roll the intro, let's get through it. I know you guys are excited, so I don't want to keep you for too long. Let's get into it. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to the Rugu's Corner podcast. Alright guys, so one last announcement is that Rugu's Corner is now on streaming platforms in case any of you guys want to listen that way. It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify so far. So if you want to listen on the go or you just prefer that way, it's over there. But without further ado, I reacted to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct with two of my fellow friends and YouTubers, the Shadow Picture and Nintendo. We are like all excited for a new Nintendo console, new Direct, all of that stuff. And yeah, first thing on my script, which may be a bit unfortunate, is the pricing, because if you didn't know already, Nintendo is like adjusting the pricing in the US, so the pre-orders for now are on hold because they are adjusting the prices because of the tariffs in the US. So yeah, but I don't think that affects the other regions. So yeah, the suggested price for the Nintendo Switch 2, for the base Nintendo Switch 2, is $450 or 49 to be specific, and then the version for the Mario Kart bundle, is $499. So yeah, I feel like that's a great deal, and I think the prices itself are not that controversial. I mean, they are not the cheapest, but also I feel like not the worst. I feel like the most controversial part are the games, because the games, guys, the games are 70 or 80 bucks. At least the Mario Kart World, the Mario Kart game. I mean, you are probably not living like under a rock. You know that Mario Kart World was the title of the new Mario Kart game, right? You probably know that. So Mario Kart World is $80, guys. And like when I first saw it after the Direct, I was checking out their website on the live stream. I'm like, who? That is so crazy. That's like crazy, man. Like $80. Who's going to pay $80 for a Mario Kart game? Me and all of the Nintendo fans probably, but don't tell anyone. Don't tell Nintendo. Drop the price, Nintendo. But yeah. Okay, let's be really. Yeah. That's pretty expensive. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be like a flagship Mario Kart game, all of that stuff. So I kind of get them, but like. I don't know. And then like Donkey Kong Bonanza is 70 or 69, I believe. And yeah, 79 for Mario Kart, to be specific. I just rounded it up as like everyone else does. And I think in euros, then if you convert it back to like, convert the European price to the $2, you get $90. So it's even more expensive in Europe, seems like. I don't know why. Since the tariffs should like only apply, I believe, to US. I don't know. I'm not into politics or anything, so I'm not sure how that works on like economy and stuff. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we have red boxes now. Yeah, let's move to something nicer. We have red boxes for games now, not transparent boxes as for physical games, not transparent boxes like in the Nintendo Switch 1, but now we have red boxes and red cartridges also. And what I like is now the cover art kind of wraps around the spine, it's also on the side, kind of like continuous, so that's pretty nice. So it's kind of like GameCube, on the shelf you'll be able to like see different covers, and I think also like the DS, so that's pretty nice, And yeah, but I think unfortunately we won't have any more inside arts, because the boxes will be, the material, the plastic will be red, it won't be transparent, and in Switch 1 the paper with the like cover art and the inside art was like slid between the plastic and between the the transparent thing also that like is on the outside. I don't know what it's like called, the fabric or the material, whatever. But yes, sounds cool. Red cartridges, all of that stuff. There also was this controversy about digital downloads. So people were saying that like the cartridge only holds like a code, and you gotta enter the code, and the game isn't really on the cartridge. And while that is true for some games, again that only applies to some games, and first party games, at least for now, uh, not counting the Nintendo Edition ones, but like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, they will have full normal physical game cartridge data, and this only mostly applies to third-party games, you know. And it was already like that on the Switch One, or I believe the Switch One had the code inside. You just had to enter the code, but now the code is on the cartridge, or the or the like ability to download. Maybe it like I don't know, links you or gets you to the eShop, whatever. But yeah, that doesn't apply to like first party games. It does apply to like Nintendo Switch edition two edition games, where you have the upgraded Switch games. So it will be a Switch One cartridge inside, and then you will have the code. So you have to put the cartridge and then download the kind of the DLC or the upgrade using the code. But that, again, that doesn't apply to most of like first party games. So yeah, without further ado, what did they announce? What first party games did they announce? Well, first of all, that's a pretty. The game itself looks pretty fun, but like there's quite a. I'm not sure if like a big controversy, but like it's a bit controversial, you know. It's not the best. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, and guess what? The thing is, Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour is kind of like a manual, you know, like an introduction for you to the Nintendo Switch, kind of like Wii Sports, or was the name for the one for the Wii U, Nintendo Land, yeah, or Nintendo Sports for the Wii again. So it's kind of like, so it's supposed to introduce you to the system, and the thing is, you're like a small character in that game, and you're like walking around a big Switch. You're walking around the Joy-Cons. I think what they said in the treehouse is that later on you'll be able to like go inside, check out how the Switch looks inside. Maybe there are mini games also and some tech demos as well, so you can check out the mouse controls. I believe HD Rumble 2, you know, improve vibrations for the Joy-Cons. But here's the thing, it's paid, and they said specifically that it's paid. Guys, like Nintendo, I can't with Nintendo anymore. I cannot with Nintendo. I cannot that much that I have to get some water, okay, guys? Because I don't know, I cannot with Nintendo. I gotta drink some water, guys, you know? Oh. Like Nintendo, what are you even thinking? But like, okay, besides that, it looks quite fun. It's coming out on June 5th. And by the way, I didn't mention, but like, of course, you know, probably, Nintendo Switch 2 is also coming out on June 5th. So yeah, pretty soon, like less than 2 months. I'm pretty excited for it. And yes, then we have Mario Kart World, and that's what the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct actually opened with. You know, we had the Mario Kart World, the sky, the Wild West. Then some nice country music, like some was pipes. I think the instrument is called pipes. No, that wasn't the best impression. I know. It's also coming out on June 5th, and let me tell you, it looks epic. It looks epic. It's by far, it will be like the best, the most epic Mario Kart so far. Let me tell you, yeah. It's open world, first of all. It has a free roam mode where you can go anywhere on the map. We have tons of new characters, like even the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. All of that stuff. And the graphics, it looks beautiful. We have the Wild West again, all that stuff. Rainbow Road was leaked, so we have Rainbow Road as always, of course. Maybe there's going to be something for the free roam mode besides like just going around. Maybe some story mode, maybe some other features, because I think they teased that stay tuned for the Mario Kart Direct. The Mario Kart Direct is going to be on April 17th, and I think they like teased that there's going to be something about the free roam mode. They said that's not all for free roam, and I think they will show more in that direct, so we'll see. We're getting a lot of directs, you know, 3 directs in a month. Switch One Direct, that was like late March, And now we have the Switch 2 Direct, April 2nd, and Mario Kart Direct. So, pretty cool, I guess. Pretty cool. I love how Mario Kart looks, and also the animations are like so fluid. It's kind of like the Mario Wonder of 3D Mario. Of no, what? Not 3D Mario's. Of Mario Karts. What Mario Kart? What? I'm mixing things up. What Mario Wonder was for 2D Mario's is, I feel like, what Mario Kart World is for Mario Karts. For the Mario Kart series, I feel like it's like a breakthrough, breakthrough. So amazing. Again, comes out on June 5th. Launch title, probably like the biggest, launch title. And then we have Donkey Kong Bonanza, and that actually was the last announcement. And that was the last announcement for the direct. And Donkey Kong Bonanza is finally a new 3D Donkey Kong game, and I was quite excited. Not the I was expecting a 3D Mario, so kind of Donkey Kong caught me like off guard, but like it wasn't the. Not that I was disappointed, but first of all, I didn't really the art style wasn't my favorite, and after watching the Treehouse, the Nintendo Treehouse live, only then I started to kind of like like the art style. It started to like appeal to me more and more, and the game the next day, after I saw some like actual gameplay from the game, not only like a trailer but like actual like real gameplay, yeah, then it like grew on me a ton, and now I'm like so excited for it. But yeah. Back to what we are talking about. It's I think first 3D Donkey Kong game in like almost 30 years, I believe, or like 27 years or something. I think that was 1998. So like yeah, 27 years, I believe, if my math is correct. I'm not the best at math, but I think, yeah, that's pretty easy. It's not like anything pretty complicated. So yeah, the art style looks pretty interesting to me. It looks kind of like Mario and Luigi brothership. That's what it like reminds me of. But I like it. I like it. The art style is not the worst. It's quite cool. And then Donkey Kong is like so expressive. And again, we have the new Donkey Kong design. The design, I know, it's quite controversial. Some people like the new Donkey Kong design. Some don't. I mean, it's his original design from come on, what year? I mean from the first Donkey Kong games, and then they changed it to like the rare Donkey Kong design, from the Rare company, for like Donkey Kong Country, I believe, and for like Donkey Kong in general, up until this year, I believe, or like up until the Mario movie, maybe. And then they came back to the old design. I mean, the main difference is the eyes. I feel like the most that's like changed is in his like eyes. I feel like his eyes are like a bit different, and instead of like being like kind of sorry for like double audio, because I think I turned double audio. I'm not sure if you could hear that. But like his eyes are rounded, on the kind of the sides, and like the brown area around his eyes is like bigger, yeah, but I like it. It's some people don't like it, a lot of people don't, but I mean it's fine. Maybe I wasn't that attached to the rare Donkey Kong design, so yeah. I feel like that also may be the case, but it's coming out on July 17th, so only a month after the Switch 2, and I was like so surprised. I was expecting it to be like a holiday game, like a 3D, like Mario Odyssey was for the Switch, but no, it's coming out only a month after the release date, so I mean we gotta have something, we have something to play, so that's great, not only Mario Kart. You can not only play Mario Kart and Switch to welcome to that spade. Then we have Drag and Drive, or Drag X Drive, but I think it reads Drag and Drive. I think that's what they also said in the Treehouse. So Drag and Drive is like a new series. It's kind of like ARMS. You know ARMS, guys, right? For the Switch. It's kind of like a new Nintendo series or IP, or maybe it will be just like one-time game. Who knows? It's a game about like there are these characters. I'm sure it's like robots, but like these characters that are like on wheelchairs, and they play basketball, so it's kind of like wheelchair basketball. And yeah, as people said, the presentation is quite nice. I feel like it's pretty nice to see the variety, some representation, and the gameplay. I mean, I'm excited to see more of it, you know. Again, when I saw the gameplay, I got more excited for it because at the beginning I wasn't like sure. I wasn't like sure. Again, not to like discriminate or anything. No, it's not about the the wheelchair part. I don't know. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that at all, you know. But like, I mean, it's about just like the game in general. About like it's not like most colorful Nintendo games, like a bit dull, you know. I feel like the art side is like all gray and stuff, but I'm excited to give it a go. I yeah, I'm quite excited, but then I'm not completely like sure on it. But yeah, it's coming out this summer, so we'll see how it goes. But it seems like a fun game that you can play together with like your friends, with your team. You know, you can have like two teams, and then you just play basketball. You can do some cool tricks. You can like go off ramps. It's pretty cool. You can do like flips, I believe, maybe some back flips, even who knows. Pretty cool. And then we got two more first party games, first party new games. We have Kirby Air Riders, and guys, that's a sequel to Kirby Air Ride from for like GameCube, and that was so amazing. That was so amazing. I did not expect to see Kirby Air Riders alongside with Mario Kart. It's kind of like the equivalent. I mean, it's probably a bit different. I don't know. I haven't played the first Kirby Air Ride, so I cannot really tell. But it's directed by Masahiro Sakurai, so everyone's favorite director. So yeah, that's nice. The guy that made Smash Bros. Kirby. I mean, you're not living under a rock, right? I hope so. If you are, no shame, no shame. It happens. You don't have to know everything about the games. But yeah, this game is coming out in 2025. We saw like a cool rendered trailer of it, no like actual gameplay, I believe. But I think that was the secret project that like Masahiro Sakurai was like working on for like the past 2 years. I think he teased that on his channel a while ago. Because if you didn't know, he has like a YouTube channel. He like was posting videos. He's not anymore. He wrapped it up. I think last year in like last fall or something like that. I believe like last fall, like October, maybe September. And I think that's when he announced that he's working on like a secret project. And I think that's what it is. And the last thing is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. So what that is, that's the prequel to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I believe we had Age of Calamity, which was the prequel to Breath of the Wild. So it's nice to see a prequel to now Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming out this winter. I don't know much about Hyrule. It's like hard to pronounce. Even my Australian friend, who's like a native English speaker, agreed with me that it's like hard to pronounce Hyrule Warriors. And also for me, I'm used to like hard R's, like Hyrule Warriors, or maybe not like that, but like Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors. It's like hard to pronounce it there. Also in like my Polish accent, I don't know what's with that. It's like a tongue twister, I guess. But yeah, it's coming out this winter. So, looks pretty exciting so far. I think it'll be like next year, I think it may be like next year, like early next year. So yeah, I'm kind of like I have the same opinion as like M Swizzle from the Mario Mother podcast. If you don't know, that's like a great Nintendo podcast. You probably do. Check it out. And Swizzle is a cool guy, but you probably know him, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But yeah, check him out. Shout out. He also was like predicting the game to come out early next year, Hyrule Warriors. But yeah, that's it for first party new stuff, not for the podcast, of course. We still got a lot of things to talk about. That's like not even like 1/5, or maybe that's like 1/5 of my script, and the podcast is like pretty long, I feel like already. I mean, not the longest, but like still. I want to keep it short and quick and sweet, So then we have Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. And what that means is that it's going to be like an upgraded version of a Nintendo Switch game. And what we have so far is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and these two are coming out on June 5th, also on the launch day of the new Switch. And what they will feature is, let me tell you, improved performance, HDR support, and new Zelda Notes app. And it'll be like an app, an app like a sub app, sub app in the Nintendo Switch Online app, the mobile app, which actually will change its name to Nintendo Switch app in May. I wonder why, but maybe because you won't have to use Nintendo Switch Online for all of the features. Maybe that's why they are changing the names, the name. So yeah, Zelda Notes, it's going to be like a guide for like Breath of the Wild, I believe, and Tears of the Kingdom. We had some third-party guides already, I believe. I used some for Animal Crossing. I saw some for I saw some for Zelda, and it'll, I think, show you where are the Koroks, maybe the things that you need to unlock or you have unlocked. I hope it will show you the things that you haven't unlocked. It will be like nice for like hunting Koroks, to have things that you haven't unlocked yet. And it will also have voice navigation. So if you select like a place on the map, then on your phone will like it will like tell you where to go. It will say head south, and then you in the game you'll head south, and then it will tell you head north. Head southeast, head whatever. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Or head, I know, southeast or southwest or northeast or northwest or whatever. I think that's all of the combinations. I think we ran out of combinations for like directions. And then we have Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV. And here it's not only like an upgrade, not only like a performance update, here we actually have like a DLC. It's called Jamboree TV. Weird to kind of like see Jamboree twice in the title, Mario Party Jamboree and Jamboree TV, but that's okay. It's coming out on August 28th, 2025, of course. And it'll be a new way to play exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 Jamboree TV. Yeah, so what we have in like Jamboree TV is we have like new modes, I believe, that use mouse controls, use the Nintendo Switch 2 microphone and the Nintendo Switch camera. Because if you didn't know, we didn't go through it, but there's like a camera that you can buy for $50, I believe. Is it 49 or is it 59? I'm not sure, but like you can buy a camera, connect it like it's like a USB camera or USB-C, I don't know, for your Nintendo Switch 2. And yeah, you'll be able to like see your friends in like a game chat. Again, we're going to talk about game chat at the end. I know why I'm saying again. I didn't announce that before. I feel like I'm rambling too much. So yeah. And we also have game share compatibility. Game share, what that means is that we have download playback, On the 3DS, if you had a game and you wanted some friends to play a multiplayer with you, you could kind of like allow them to like play a version, like a kind of a version of that game, to download that game for free in order to play with you for like a limited time, so they could play with you and they didn't have to pay for that game. So now it's back, and that's pretty nice, pretty cool. And yeah, we have new modes, and we have the 10 or 40, sorry, not 10, 40p resolution in TV mode and 1080p in tabletop and handheld mode. Then we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And we have a new DLC, guys. When I saw it, I was like so happy. Because Kirby and the Forgotten Land was my first Nintendo Switch game ever. And like, it's amazing, it's amazing. And we have a new DLC called Star-Crossed World. And it's also coming out on August 28th. And what we have in it is a new story, and yeah, I think we have like a different versions of like existing levels. You'll be able to like discover new paths. We have like there will be like, it will be like crystal themed, you know. We'll have like some crystals again, another like invasion in the world, the Kirby, the Forgotten Land, I guess. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to play it. It will also have improved graphics and frame rate, you know, all of that boring stuff. And then we have Pokemon Legends ZA and Prime Beyond, which are all coming out in 2025. They will have improved performance, and Metroid Prime 4 we have support for the mouse controls. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to talk ramble for too long. So yeah, and one last thing for the games is there will also be free updates for selected Nintendo Switch 1 games, and not Nintendo Switch 2 editions, but like Zelda Link's Awakening, I think I saw on the list, just to make sure that they run good, you know, so that some of the features work properly. So yeah, it will just like, yeah, improve support, you know, or like allow for like full support or like better support, whatever. And then two highlights that I have for third-party games that they announced during the direct are Deltarune. It's like, if you don't know Deltarune, maybe you know Undertale. Undertale is a cool game. Deltarune is like a successor to it. It's not a sequel. It's kind of like an alternate or parallel story. I think it says. It said that in the trailer. And Deltarune Chapter 4 and 5, Chapter 3 and 4, alongside the 1 and 2, which were already out, is coming out on June 5th. It will be paid because the first two chapters were like free. But then we have more chapters that are going to be free updates, so pretty cool. It's an indie game, nice. It is going to be a launch title, so pretty big stuff, pretty exciting. And yeah, then we have a Hollow Knight Silksong. Finally, they showed us Silk Song after all of these years, and yeah, they just showed for like 3 seconds, I believe, or like 2 seconds. It was just like a highlight, but it's supposed to be coming out in 2025. I hope we won't have any like more delays, you know. So yeah, Silksong, pretty cool stuff. And then one last thing before we go to the features for our last segment for today is GameCube on Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah, so what they were like saying is we have some updates for Nintendo Switch Online, and then purple color, the purple cube, you know, and Nintendo GameCube. And yeah, we have Wind Waker, we have F-Zero GX, we have Soul Calibur 2, I believe, and more games coming in the future. And it'll be available for the members of the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members again. So not for the basic one, not the cheapest Nintendo Switch Online, but for the more expensive one, unfortunately. So it's kind of like Game Boy Advance and N64, Nintendo 64. But yeah, also pretty exciting. But I was again disappointed that we didn't have any Animal Crossing news, guys. Like, come on. We didn't have Animal Crossing. They didn't give us Animal Crossing on the GameCube, and I feel like they could have. But another shout out to M. Swizzle is what he said that check out his The Mario Mother podcast again. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. It's like super cool. It's like very good. The number one Nintendo podcast. I guess Rugu's Corner is the number 2 Nintendo podcast. Okay, I've been wanting to make this joke for a long time. Okay. What he said is how Animal Crossing would work, because you know, in Switch Online we have these suspend points, so they don't want to like in the middle of summer turn Animal Crossing on on December 5th, you know. And if we had suspend points, then you'd be able to like save dates and then come back to like a date, or maybe they would like change it and it would be different, would be based on the real clock, who knows. But yeah, it's coming out, I believe, on June 5th, also on the release date, so pretty cool. And we have like an exclusive controller that kind of like yeah, it looks like the original GameCube controller for the Switch 2. So that's very good, very cool, pretty cool. And then the last thing before some live updates and the end of the podcast is features. So what features do we have on the Nintendo Switch 2? Let's talk about it. Alright guys, so what features are we talking about? Well, first of all, game chat and the C button. So as I said, I was surprised because there were leaks about the C button back in the day before the announcement. Then when they revealed it, it didn't have the C button. Then in the Switch, not Switch, Nintendo in the Nintendo Today exclamation mark, that's the full name, app. They started showing the C button in the countdown to the direct, I believe, and also in like one of the promotional materials, or maybe also on the app, I believe. And then, of course, on the then they had the countdown on Nintendo Today, and when to reach today, because it was 1 day left, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days, or maybe it started at 5. I don't know. Stop the rumble. Sorry. 1 day, and then it said today, and at today they had the C button and like a cool Animal Crossing-ish, me-ish sound, And then on the direct we see the C button, and turns out it stands for chat, for game chat, and game chat is basically Discord for Nintendo Switch 2. And once again, credit to M. Swizzle, Nintendo Discord. That's what he said in his reaction. Maybe I'm copying him too much. Sorry. I don't want to come out as too unprofessional, so I have to kind of control myself, No, that I don't want to give credit or anything. You know what I mean. But yeah, game chat pretty cool. When you press the button, you can kind of, I think, connect with other people or kind of see the window, see other people there. And again, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, so you can also see them if you have the camera. Then you can see their game. Kind of their background gets removed. And the cool thing, apparently, the Nintendo Switch 2 has a built-in microphone, as I think mentioned in the Mario Party Jamboree part. The cool thing is, even if your Nintendo Switch is docked and it's far from you, apparently you'll be able to hear it pretty well. It crystal clear your voice. It will isolate different loud sounds, so I'm excited to see that in action. And yes, then we have mouse controls. So as they teased in the trailer, we have mouse controls. So if you put your Joy-Con, I believe, for a second I thought it could only be the right Joy-Con, but no, in the trailer they showed both, and it wouldn't make sense for left-handed people. I mean, I am left-handed and I still use the mouse in my right hand most of the time, so maybe it wouldn't matter, who knows. Maybe it would for some, but it's on both Joy-Cons either way, so you can put them like that, and you can use the mouse mode in different games. I wonder, it would be cool if you could play any, if developers could port PC games without having to develop in order to make them without having to make them work for the controllers, so you only had to use so you only use the mouse, that would be cool. And then I think one of our last things, let's talk about resolutions and stuff. So it has an LCD screen. The Switch 2 has an LCD screen. I think it's 7.9 inches. And yeah, I have the Nintendo Switch OLED, so I mean will be hard to go back. Apparently it's not worse, and it may be even better than the OLED, who knows, because it has HDR, and yeah, I think LCD may have just maybe just improved over the years, who knows, or maybe they're just their marketing ramble, I don't know. Did they say anything about it improving? I think they did in the interview, because they had as the developer interview on their website, a 4-part one. But yeah, that's pretty exciting, and then it has 4K in the dock. The screen itself is 1080p in comparison to 720 on the Switch, or on the Switch OLED, I believe, or maybe on the Lite also, I don't know. And on the TV we have I think upscaling, or maybe I'm sure that's upscaling, but probably you have 4K. And I think that works thanks to the dock, because now the dock has it has a fan, a ventilation fan. It's bigger but more rounded on the back. So yeah, 4K, amazing stuff. Some games I think will play at 1440p, Mario Party Jamboree. But then Zelda we play at 4K, I believe. I don't know. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I want to see Animal Crossing in 4K, you know? I wanna. They don't have like any updates, I believe, for Animal Crossing, so maybe there's a new game coming out, who knows? And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed my really long ramble, I know. And now it's time to go to WhatsApp, talk about life and updates. Alright guys, so what is up in my life? I mean, it's been going pretty well. I know it's been, again, a month and a half since the Rugu score. Now it's time for kind of like a laid back talk for any hardcore Rugu Blue fans. If you don't want, you can click off. I won't mind, but please don't. So I can get my watch hours, and so I can have like my my retention be like better, you know. But like yeah, how has been life going? Life has been going pretty well, you know. I again, as I said, it's been like a month and a half since the last episode, because after that I was like sick. I wanted to record the episode, but I was sick. After I came back from like a trip, then I kind of wanted to focus on my faith. Wanted to also had and still have some more exams, some more school to do. So yeah, but that won't mean that we have like a long break. The channel, I think, will be pretty consistent. At least I'll try now. But yeah, it's been going pretty well, guys. So yeah, what to say? I'm excited for the switch to trip, because I'm planning like a trip. Not to go. I don't want to go into details too much, because I'm still not sure about like every single detail of it, if it will work out. So I don't want to like spoil anything and then it won't work out. But I think we'll have some cool videos for the Switch too. I definitely think we'll have some cool videos. However, it's going to look like we'll have some cool videos. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know I am holding a ukulele. It's like 10 p.m. here, so I cannot replay to not disturb the neighbors, you know. But yeah, or maybe we can do like this with the tambourine. I don't know. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, the 70th episode of the Rugu's Corner podcast. I hope you guys have a great week, great day, great next 2 weeks until the next episode. It won't come out on Monday, because like Monday is Easter Monday still, so I'll be taking a day off, but it will come out on the 22nd, on April 22nd. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and when it comes to Easter, God is good as always. God bless you. Jesus loves you, as I try to remind you. Thank you so much for joining, and peace out. Bye. Thanks for watching another episode of the Rugu's Corner podcast. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for staying up until the end. If it was the end, well, not entirely, cause I thank you so much for watching this one. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for staying up until the end of the Rugu's Corner podcast.